All right, hello friends. So welcome back here to my channel. So this video is going to go through the progression of dailies that I have had already in 2023, which has been a lot. And actually at the end of 2022, or through the end of 2022, probably since about mid-2022, I would say. There's been a couple more. There have been ones I've tried on Amazon. I don't have them anymore. I've gotten rid of them. I used them. I did whatever. I'm not great at archiving my planners or keeping them, especially if they weren't one that I really felt it was a great fit or whatever. I don't generally just keep them kind of just for fun. So over the years, I have tried a lot of different dailies and random things, cheaper ones on Amazon. And I was like, I'm just not a daily planner. I don't need a daily planner. As I've shared in the past, I had my big like at a glance kind of appointment book, weekly with the traditional calendar, monthlies. And I thought maybe a daily would be good for personal things, but my problem was, and I learned this, after the fact, that my dailies, it was like, a spot of gratitudes and a spot for tracking water and like, 3 to-do list items or whatever. And I was just like, I don't track my water. And I have tracked my water, but I don't track it in a daily planner. And so that wasn't what I needed out of my daily. And it wasn't that I didn't need a daily planner or that there was anything wrong with those. Those just were not the ones that were suited to what I need right now for my planning style, which changes a lot. And so getting into the planner community here and seeing layouts and seeing other things that allowed me to look for, some specific things and try some specific things, which I did during 2022. And there was actually one that I really liked off of Amazon that was really inexpensive, and it had half-hour time blocks, and it had 3 like shaded boxes, which I would say would generally be for a top 3, but I used it as a place to track specific things for each of my kids. Like it was a box per kid. I have 3 kids, so it was, on days when there was no school, there was school things noted for those children. It was a place to track, that my oldest took his meds or what was going on with my middle because she's got some tummy issues, and the youngest, if it was daycare, how many hours of daycare, that kind of thing. So it gave me that opportunity to track that. I actually really liked it. But then towards the end of 2022, I got into an Erin Condren Daily Duo in A5 to try out. I bought them kind of mid to late October, and I bought the June through October book, and then this is the January through June. So I was in the June through October one for like November and December, and I really enjoyed the layout. And then I kind of had this wasn't the first planner that I had for 2023, but I did use it in 2022 and really enjoyed, the hourly layout. It's got the half-hour slots, it has plenty of writing room, and it has a good amount of to-dos. So, but where before I even got the Daily Duo for 2022, and I was in this other planner from Amazon, which I like and a little bit regret not staying with, I found and fell in love with the Sprouted Planner layout. And so this was the first planner that I purchased for 2023. And it's got, so part of, some of my problem is that I go and I just decorate everything at once. And then things get chunky and beautiful, and I can't wait to get into these, and they look fantastic to me. I think that they look fantastic. I was like, oh, I'm going to decorate my weekly. This is when the big 8.5 by 11 plum paper was going to be my weekly, and that I went on, had a bunch of calendars, kits and stuff for the monthly pages. But then I just got into some washi and really just was decorating these, and really got really excited to split this bottom box into something where I could track stuff for each of my kids. So that worked out well. Plus the, hourly, long hourly, 5 a.m. to 11 p.m. This was, I was going to use this for affirmations, gratitude, big to-do list, just all kinds of room for the things that I wanted. And I loved it, and I still love it. I opened it back up, and it made me want to jump into it. I love it. I love the layout of this. And that was, yeah, I was going to do some tracking, and then I just got some stickers, laundry day change sheets, right? So I decorate this whole thing, and then I end up not using it. So all these stickers that I put in here and stickered way ahead, it feels very wasteful, but it's beautiful, and I love it. The problem is, or for me, the problem was, and I was in it at the end of December. And so this is when I went back to work for January, and that's kind of when I stopped, I think. I don't know that I was in there. I had planned ahead. Oh, no, I was in there this day. Oh, no. Well, that was preparing for vacation. Anyway, so I was in there just a few days of the year after, you know, all the anticipation and getting this early and spending so much time in it and playing with it and getting it set up to use, then just end up not using it. But the problem that I found with this was that it was too big. So I was planning with the 8.5 by 11, you know, weekly planner, and this was just so big to have along with that, to have two big planners. I really was feeling like I was going to need something smaller. Okay, then that's when this came in. This was here, it was on the table. I think that's maybe when I decided that I could give this a try as my main daily planner for 2023. Again, then I went crazy with kits in this one. Sometimes I just go down rabbit holes and I have to get everything just because, and I have to do it. It's almost like some kind of a, you know, an anxiety-ridden, like, compulsion. Like, I need them all. I need them all right now. So between washi and kits, this whole book is essentially already stickered in, which means it's already chunky and not super fun to write on. So that's irritating, but that's my own fault. So then I went through and I really realized that in my dailies, and I was in this for the first part of January, and I even like back planned stuff after it happened, probably through the end of that's all January. Anyway, so I had some kits for like the week at a glance pages. Yeah, I don't need a week at a glance page. I keep trying to do it in different things. I don't need it. That's not my jam. I like my weekly hourly, and then I like a spot for dailies. I don't need a week at a glance because I have a weekly hourly. So this was all, this is still in January. I was going back and using stickers in the kits that I had bought to kind of fill in stuff. So I was using the stickers that I had. Okay, so I'm still loving, like, I love this. I love this thing. I took out the monthlies. I ripped out any pages that I could and glued stuff together because A, I had made it too chunky, and B, I do not need that in my daily planner. You know, I have all that stuff in my weekly. I just needed the daily spread, the time blocking, and the to-do list. That's it. That's all I need in my daily. So I took a lot of that stuff out, and I was still, okay, so still into February here, I guess. I was still planning and putting the stickers in with the different activities that we had coming up. So, and really part of that is I opened it and I fell back in love and realized I had all of these sticker kits and loved it. Here we are. And they're adorable and fantastic. And I love it. Like, that's not typically my style, right? Like, I've pen and paper planned forever, but as I'm looking at this, I'm like, it's all so pretty, right? And I end up, you know, down that rabbit hole. So I've not totally given up on this. I don't know. Sometimes I think I'll go back and, you know, probably pop in and fill out. This would be this week, and I have some box stickers that would match this that I'd probably just go in and plan this week here. So then I did do some gluing together, so it goes right from Tuesday the 28th to Wednesday, March 1st. None of that stuff in between, because again, I just needed the daily spreads in my daily. So still loving this. Has all the pretty things. It got a little chunky, and I was still planning with the 8.5 by 11 hourly plum paper as my main, like, weekly overview stuff. So this still felt too big. It didn't feel portable, because what that was the big planner was the main, you know, work stuff and kind of the workhorse. And this was the on-the-go, easy to throw in the bag. And it wasn't. It was not on-the-go, easy to throw in the bag. And if you have a bigger bag, probably. But I didn't. And so this just didn't feel small enough. So I talked on a video, I don't know, a couple days ago about the Erin Condren Petites. So that led me here, because I thought this would be small and portable. So I have the folio system, but I did not put this in the folio system when I had it. The folio system stayed at home for journaling, and I started this on Wednesday, January 18th. So if you're counting, Wednesday, January 18th is 18 days into the new year, and I have purchased and decorated 2 planners already. This is number 3. And it feels so wasteful, but at the same time, I'm like, I'm trying to find a system that I love, because once I find what it is that works for me, I'm going to continue using that. Something hasn't felt that it fit, and that gets a little frustrating. And so I'm sure that it's anyway. So I did do just a little bit of washi, and as you look through, I did this for, I don't know, a few weeks. I was going to make myself commit through the rest of this book before I did something else. But I, again, couldn't do that. So I just kind of did a little bit of washi. I bought all this Planner Kate washi that you've been seeing in other planners. Again, my monthlies just have a big overview of what's going on. And then just the dailies are daily lists. And daily, so the one that has down the whole side, I could go from 7 a.m. to 6 p.m. So I made that like my time blocking side, excuse me. I was trying around with different places of what time to start. But anyway, I started doing the timing in there on that side, and then the to-do list on the other side, and even using some of this open space here for to-do lists if I needed additional lists, because some days are just like that. So that's how this went. I was really just having fun with some coordinating washi and trying different ways of putting the washi on the paper for it to be fun. And yeah, to-do list and general ideas of timing and schedules where I'm at. So I really liked this because it was, and if I had continued with my plum paper 8.5 by 11, I would have continued with this, because I could throw this into the neoprene folio that I was using for that 8.5 by 11. I'm sorry, my washer is really loud if you can hear that in the background. So this fit really well in that. This did fit well in my purse. You know, it's thin enough that it just did. So anyway, I continued through this. This is through January and into February. I think I was back planning even when I got to where I moved from. I think I was still in here because I still wanted to see where it was going to go and how it was going to go. Yep, so then that went through. Here's February 6th, and we're done with that. So I fell in love with the idea of the Wonderland 222 when I went down that rabbit hole online, which I've shared as my EDC. So once I got this, and I got to my notes pages in the back to use as my dailies. When did I start those? Now I gotta go back and look for just a second. That started January 27th. I started to play around with that. So January 27th in here. So starting this day, I had both, but I planned those 3 days in here. Those two, I was homesick, but I did, you know, I had those that week. So essentially 2 weeks. I did, no, a week and a half that I kind of planned in both. So then I got into here, into the Wonderland 222, which I got mainly because I was unhappy with my monthly spread. So I didn't love it. So that's what led me to here for, actually this was going to be an on-the-go planner. And then I got into it and I was like, nope, this is going to be my monthly plan for everything, because I love it and it's perfect. So at that point, that is when I hopped into the daily pages in the back. I just had some stickers that I buy things sometimes when there's a sale, and then when I get them, I'm like, oh, that didn't fit where I wanted it to fit. And I'll just take some time and be like, okay, well, where can I use those, right? These were like I don't know, like on a discount, 80, whatever, 75% off or whatever they were at Planner Kate. And so I'm just like, oh, I'll put those in, and we'll, you know, I just kind of use them. This probably isn't how I would plan if I was going to sit down and plan, but I happen to be going through stickers, and like, I'm obviously not going to throw stickers away, and selling stickers can be a pain, so I was just trying to find ways to use them. And like these boxes that I used are Nicole Hutch design boxes. I think something just got thrown down my basement stairs as my girls were walking down the stairs. So if you heard that, it was not followed up with any crying. So I don't think a child fell. I think toys fell. Anyway, so I'm not sure what size those are supposed to be for. They don't fit super well in the A5, because I think I was going to try them in here or in the work A5, and they didn't. So maybe it would be 7 by 9 boxes. Now I don't remember, because I did some testing out in different places, and I don't remember what I found out, but they work okay on the daily pages in here, depending on where I drew the line. So I played around with some different layouts, which I talked about a little bit. I do like to see if I'm back here on my daily pages. When I have a list, I do like to see where I'm at for the day, because sometimes I put my to-do items into, you know, here, like I've got to do my weekly house clean, and I had some homework for a class I'm in, you know, like I take our to-do list and I put it into the time blocking. So I do like to use the time blocking and the to-do list sections. So, but this has allowed me to, you know, the blank pages has allowed me to play around with honestly whatever the heck works for me, which has been helpful. And I think, you know, I've gone through here and showed that I'm going to, is it after this weekend? Yeah, that on days when I'm at work, I'm just going to have a half page for my list things. And then I'll have a full page for weekends, because I will also have pages. These days I will also, you know, I'll have hourly appointments in here. I'll have hourly appointments in my work planner, and I will have a to-do list in my work planner. So on days when I'm at work for 9 hours, my personal to-do list should not be, you know, super excessive, I wouldn't think, because in general my time to do that is limited. So that is where I'm at. This is my current daily. So I went from the sprouted 7x9, which I truly, I mean, I that is probably, I love that layout. I love it very much. It's just not compact enough of a planner for where I'm at right now, or maybe if it were my only planner or whatever. So I love it. It's nothing against that. Nothing against the Daily Duo. Also a fan of this layout. I like it a little bit less than the sprouted, because I did like the place for something for each of my kids, where I kind of split it up and I would track who took their meds, and the one who's, you know, bowel movements I keep track of. That's what I bought the little, you know, poop emoji stickers for, was to put it in her part of the daily, so I could see each day when she did it. Well, now since I don't have a spot for that in this planner in the daily section either, but that is one thing that I am tracking in the tracking area here. You can see I put the stickers, but they don't fit great, so I've just been doing check marks. Anyway, so getting here, I'm like, this is it. Like for right now, like this is planner piece, and I'm so excited. And I was trying so hard to get myself to wait until, so I have it figured out, and I have spots for dailies up until June 3rd in this planner, and then I've just got to get, so that gets me to, and I was trying to get myself to wait, and I didn't wait. I ordered the Wonderland 222 half year notebook to get me through the rest of the year. And so now I have to math correctly, because I'll also use the key in the index page, because I don't do any keying or indexing. So I will use those 2 pages plus the 189 that are in here, so I have 191 pages. So I will still have to do and I have to count for how long I have to do that, where I'll have to do the 2 days per page for work days, for how long I have to do this in my planner to make sure that this gets me through December 31st, because my daily is going to have to match the year. Like, it's going to have to get me through the year, just like the rest of this planner is. I can't do the carryover. I probably could, but I'm not even going to let my brain have that conversation. I don't think I can go there. I don't have an OCD diagnosis, but some things, nor do I think I have OCD, but some things just bug me, and that's one of them. So I got this just yesterday. Gosh, their shipping is so fast. Wonderland 222 shipping is so fast, and I'm so grateful for that. I should go back and look to see when I actually ordered it. I'll put it in here when I edit the video, because I'm filming with my phone, so I can't go back and look at the order confirmation right now. But it just, you know, it ships in like 2 days, and they ship it like the morning after you order it. So it showed up on Saturday morning, and I think I maybe ordered it Wednesday, like after my kids were in bed, sat down and placed the order Wednesday night. So like it comes very quickly. So that's always very exciting. But this is a really cool, the sticker that they sent with it. So the one, this was the sticker they sent with the weekly, this, and then this. I have another one of these that they sent with this. I didn't put that one on, but that bear is so cool. So I opted for the, oh gosh, it would have been a different color purple, because the purple for the planner and the purple for the notebook are different. So is this one lichen, or is this shoot. I don't know. I can put that in the video too, because I kind of like the light green with the light purple. Those were like really fun ideas for baby colors when I was having kids. It was like a, yeah, kind of like a dusty purple and a mint. Anyway, so that's going to be my daily for the rest of the year. I have it. I was trying a little bit here with this to see if it would work. Oh, I have the bookmarks. Oh, for crying out loud, Paula. Okay, so I'll just do it this way to see if I could get them both in this cover, because I don't know. I mean, I don't think this is a mode. I don't know if this is an off, like if it's not a mode term, it's not labeled as a mode term. It looks like one. It fits, but like she's snug. And at some point there probably will be stickers of some variety in this notebook, so it will chunk up a little bit. So I did grab, so I'm new to this. I don't know if maybe this isn't, so this is an A6, but I got an A6 Plus cover, which I understand has a little bit more, essentially a little bit more room for the wraparound and for the room. So they fit very much better in that. So in July or whenever this goes into here with that, I will have to switch covers, but I'm going to try to get some time out of this one, because with just the planner in it, it's more compact and that kind of thing. And I do carry it with me in my purse everywhere. So I enjoy it being compact. But yeah, so that is, I also got, and I'll do another video, I'll do another video about that. But so yeah, this has been my progression of dailies from before 2023 started to 2023 starting to sometime in January to here we are in February. End of January, I guess I started with this, and this is what, what my dailies look like. So that has been quite a shift, and it feels a little bit wasteful, but at the same time, I'm just trying to figure out what I like, because once I find something I like, it will be my system, and I will not feel the need to try things. I know that there's always a little bit of FOMO just in life. That's not just specific to me and planners, but just life. But I also know that when I find something that works for planning, I had something that worked for me for years, and that's what I was doing. And in my effort to figure out how to plan better and more efficiently, because my planner has mainly been about work and I've thrown personal stuff in. I have anyway, so we have 3 kids, and they're in different ages and stages. So I have, a school-age kid and a pre-K kid, and then one's still in daycare. And next year I'll have 2 kids in 2 different pre-K classrooms and a 2nd grader. And so it's those 3, they all have different conferences times and different, winter programs and Christmas programs and spring programs and activities and just all of that stuff that is just a lot. We farm, we both work off of the farm. We have the 3 kids, we have family, we just have a lot of things, and I really needed to find a way to have a personal planning system that was not just notes inside of a planner that really had the majority of my work stuff. So once I find something that works, I assure you that will be something that I use for years, because that is what I did 4 years with a system that worked for me until it didn't work for me. And now I've just kind of been on the hunt the last year to figure out something that is going to work for me. So that's been my progression of dailies. If you can hear, I have kids starting to yell at each other in the background, so I probably need to go and see what's happening there and if there's some help that I can offer them at this point in time. Thank you all for watching. Hit the thumbs up if you liked it, subscribe if you want to see more, and comment if you have any feedback or just want to chat with another planner type person. So have a great day, friends.